We're here this morning, the 22nd of January, out at 155th Street and Avenue A. And we're looking at what used to be Mid-American Solar, but is now BHE Energy, I think. Well, we're going to talk to the expert. This is Mr. Brian Whitcomb, and he's project manager. Morning, Brian.
Hey, good morning. We're actually called BHE Renewables now.
Oh, okay.
Which is Berkshire Hathaway Energy Renewables.
Right.
And below the renewables group is actually the solar group, is which we're part of. But we're going to use the overall renewables group as who we're going to be identified with. So, I guess when you're panning there, what you're looking at is our temporary construction facilities.
Sure.
As I explained to you, this is going to all go away when we're done here later on this summer. And basically, half of this parking lot will be left as a parking lot, and the rest will be brought back to natural the way it was before we started building over here.
I see.
And then, like I showed you, off to the east there, that's 155th. Kind of halfway between that road and that the fence line there is where we're going to build our office building.
Okay.
It's going to be a 10,000 square foot building with an observation platform. And pretty much we've gone out to bid to all the local construction companies to build that. So we should be awarding that contract to build it hopefully by the middle of next month, February.
And you said something about that going to be your regional headquarters?
Yeah, that'll be our regional headquarters. We have two operations and maintenance buildings that SunPower man to run this site.
Sure.
But Berkshire Hathaway Energy Renewables will have our building here to maintain our presence in the Antelope Valley. Good.
About how many people will be employed at that location, do you think?
Right now, based on the size of this project, we'll probably have four full-time people there right now. If we build any other sites in the region, we certainly would look at increasing that amount.
Good. So looks like Paul Caudell's promise of being a good neighbor is kind of coming true. You're actually building a house here.
yeah. Paul. Yeah, what Paul said is exactly right. Our company's long term. We're not one of these companies that come in and build something and disappears. We have a 20 plus year contract with Southern California Edison, and we're just here for the long haul.
Yeah.
So we're going to be here and be good neighbors that whole time.
Well, that sounds really good, and it looks like you put in a lot of panels south of Avenue A here, and you're going to show me some of them maybe.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the progress in Los Angeles County has been great. We're in the low 90% percentile done completion now.
Oh, man.
Which I think the last time you were out here, it was just all, I don't think there was anything out there if I remember right.
No, no panels yet.
Maybe a little bit of grading, and that was about it. So
that's right.
It's totally changed since you've been out here.
Good, well, let's go look at it.
Okay. Up on the other side, off of Avenue A. These arrays were actually split up into a couple of sub-arrays. They're called Array 22-1 and -2. And Array 22 is, when you start seeing them steering up here, that's when that begins. And they're actually energized right now and producing energy.
They look like they were tracking.
Yeah,
so I figured.
They're tracking right now. This is where the dividing line is, I believe, is right here. And we actually just passed we just went through a 15-day capacity test period. And so we're heading in. They're going to be commercial probably the middle of February, I think, is when we'll make it. It'll be commercial energy. Okay.
Are you still using the same panel, SunPower panel, the 21?
Yep, the 21.
Yeah.
Same exact panel. That's I guess, for all the parties involved, it's nice this site only uses one panel design, or one. We don't have a bunch of mix of panels.
Yeah, I understand.
So.
Yeah, all the hardware and everything's the same, I guess, so that's better.
Yeah, these arrays in here are really big. These are basically full sections of land almost.
Yeah. Well, I put in 48 of the 20s because that's all that were available.
That's quite a few.
And they've been doing pretty well. I was hoping for 100%, but my latest was 88%. solar for 10 months. And January, February usually have pretty good sun out here, so probably for the whole year I may come up higher than 88%. I was shooting for 100%.
That's good.
So this is going to be the end of the project here, kind of where the fence goes.
Yeah, if you look at that right-hand side there, see those arrays that haven't been built
Yeah.
out yet? That's the very end of the project right there.
Have you come up with any unforeseen challenges putting in these panels? I'm sure there's a bunch of little stuff that you had to change, but is there any major, big stuff that?
No, not at all. It's been really pretty straightforward. I mean, the ground, it's amazing how the ground changes around here from one area to another, from being really hard to being softer. So, but construction-wise, it's been really straightforward out here. It hasn't really been too difficult. I'd say the biggest challenge really is just controlling the vegetation.
Yeah.
We do got some really nice growth in there now.
Yeah, nice and
this
green.
is all former pasture land. So,
Yeah.
but the Russian thistle is the biggest
Yeah.
challenge we have, I'd say, out here right now.
Now, are you going to put sheep over here?
Yeah, we will eventually. SunPower is going to hire a vegetation management expert to come in and figure out when the right timing is for the sheep. We learned with the sheep that if you let them in these arrays at the wrong time, they hurt the plants that you want to keep and allow the Russian thistle to thrive. So,
Yeah.
because given the choice, they're going to eat the barley over the thistle. So.
So you're saying you're about 95% or 90% complete on the...
Overall, we're about 95% complete in the project. Still a lot of work ahead, though. Really, basically closing the project out and going to a commercial status is quite a lot of work, actually.
And then any prognosis as when you would expand and start another project, or is that still deliberation?
Just deliberation. We're actively looking around the area for sure, but right now, I mean, I'm concentrating on just getting this plant
Done
to the commercial status, and actually running it like a utility power plant, which it is. So
sure,
that's my goal right now.
And you've certainly followed through being a good neighbor to Roseman High School and the Chamber and other projects, and the people certainly appreciate that. And Paulette is probably going to be put on the faculty there at the high school.
Yeah, it's a big part about who we are. I mean, because we really want to support the community as much as we can, and we're gladly like to get involved with the schools and the committees and that kind of thing, and support the community all we can.
Yeah, and it helps tremendously. And I think its spirit is kind of catching. I did a story yesterday on a lady. She owns a dress shop there in Rosemond, and she's a seamstress and makes wedding gowns and prom dresses. So she wants to cooperate with the high school to pick out a girl and have her design a prom dress, and then the two of them will make it. So it'll be ready for prom, and that's the first time that's ever happened. So maybe a good example is lighting a fire under some other people around here.
We really enjoy participating in things with the schools because, that is the youth of the area that we're in.
Yeah.
And that's been one of the main focuses of our attention.
And that's good. They got somebody that actually put kids through school like you did out here and knows the challenges, right?
Absolutely.
So all in all, you'd say that the progress of the project's gone pretty well.
Oh, it's gone wonderful. The project's supposed to be done in October of this year,
Really?
2015,
Uh-huh.
and we'll probably be wrapping up construction activities by June or July.
I see.
So it's come along really well.
Okay, and when you say done and by October, you mean totally hooked up to Edison and
Yes, to the grid. We're obviously connected to the grid right now, generating power. As of right now, we actually have 519 megawatts connected to the grid.
wow.
412 of that is commercial. With the irradiance down in the wintertime, we're not able to produce that kind of power, but if it was the summertime, we could.
And I guess that Edison is well, obviously using the power from what you're generating now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
And
right now, as we speak, yes.
Yeah, so that's part of Governor Brown's goal is already being met with these panels.
Yeah, that's a part of it. You know, we got the Whirlwind substation here. We're tied into that substation, which basically heads right down to Los Angeles. So we're providing renewable energy right now as you speak.
Sure, sure. And you mentioned to me at the parade in September that some of the directors of the company had come out and surveyed the area and were pleased and thought you might expand, and now I guess you are.
Yeah, that's a plan. This is a real high-profile project in our company. It's between us and Topaz. These are really large projects, and so there's a lot of interest to grow our company in this region of the United States.
Uh-huh. Well, that's good. And with the new building, you're going to be as I said, a neighbor with a house and employing people. So you're here to stay.
Yeah, we're here to stay. Like I said, we're going to build that building here. It'll be our permanent office space here in Southern California, and Sun Power will remain on as the operation and maintenance for the plant.
Sure.
We'll probably have about 25 employees here, and then right now we're going to have about 4 Berkshire Hathaway Energy renewable employees here.
And do you monitor the panels in that new building, or does SunPower monitor the panels?
SunPower monitors, but we'll be tied into the network, so we can monitor them as well. But as part of their job, they'll be monitoring the panels on the overall site.
I see. I see. And very little maintenance on these panels, I understand.
Yes, that's the good thing about solar, is that there is very little maintenance involved. You know, we have to clean the panels once in a while, but you know, the rains we've been having lately has helped out a lot there.
Sure.
So like I said before, you know, when we were driving around, one of the bigger things out here is just the vegetation management, especially the Russian thistles.
Yeah, tumbleweeds for everybody.
Yeah, tumbleweeds, very challenging out here.
Yeah, yeah, they grow everywhere.
Yep, they do. Right now we're working on our vegetation management program, where we're basically out there planting seeds all over, planting trees to get ahead of it. So
sure,
it's,
sure.
It's an interesting problem out here.
Yeah, yeah. And overall, you said that there weren't any super challenges that you hadn't planned for, that the project has gone well, but that the ground is different in some places, sandy in some, hard pack in others.
Yeah, that's the only, you know, challenge-wise, it's just the ground changes out here quite a bit from one array to the other one. So, but they obviously did a lot of surveys before we started construction, so those were all known pretty much.
Yeah.
But overall, the project's just been wonderful. It's been pretty straightforward, and that's the interesting aspect of solar. It's pretty simple to build.
Yeah.
Compared to a big thermal plant.
Sure.
And while you're building, you can actually be generating power at the same time. So there's a lot of benefits to it, and it lightly touches the environment as well.
Sure.
As you can see out there, we did minimal grading out there, mainly just the roads in between the solar trackers. Sure. Where the inverters are at is about the only areas we graded for the most part.
Yeah, yeah. How about the efficiency of the panels? I know the 21s are very efficient, right up there as competing to be the most efficient for that type of panel.
Yeah, they're the monocrystalline panel, and they're very efficient. They're about 21% efficient.
Yeah.
But I believe they're the most efficient panel that's out there right now.
Yeah, yeah. But how about the industry in general? Now, I have a friend who worked on the space program, and they built some high-energy solar panels, but they're extremely expensive. But they put them in the satellites, so expense was not an object.
Yeah, it's a big object for us. So
yeah,
there's some concentrator panels out there that SunPower has that other companies have that they're more efficient. But right now, just for this scale of a size of a plant, these panels really make sense. I couldn't see us going, and that's another thing too, is solar. The price of solar has really dropped dramatically in the last couple of years.
Yes.
So it's getting to the point where solar plants are actually competitive with definitely with wind and almost with combined cycle natural gas plants.
Sure. And in the car there, you said that you actually like it out here in the desert. That it's good duty compared, and that's kind of surprising to me because you're a submariner, and here you're watching sunsets.
Yeah, I really like this area a lot. As you know, I came from originally Montana, but most recently left Pacific Core Energy, which is one of our regulated utility companies, and came down here from Wyoming. So actually, it doesn't look much more different than Wyoming to me. Really, pretty deserty, real similar. So. And it's really great place to work.
And the community, all in all, besides the robberies, I know you've had a couple of bad guys try to steal some stuff, but the community in general has been pretty good.
Oh, it's been great. It was just wonderful. Paula Rush is out there a lot with the community, and we just really enjoy working with them.
Good. Well, we really appreciate your approach to being a good neighbor too, and that is. You don't call the newspaper every time you provide a new set of golf clubs or tennis rackets or stuff like that.
We like helping the community out, but we don't like to,
brag about it. Yeah, and that's how most of us in the community are too, So, but I understand the basketball uniforms. They're going to thank you on February 10th, and I think that's well deserved, and the community certainly appreciates that.
Thank you.
And is there anything lacking? Is there anything that the community could do to support your efforts more?
I can't think of anything else. I mean, we're really happy with the community. So
good.
We just look forward to working with the community going forward. Like I said, we're here for the long haul.
Sure.
That's a big part of our company is we're into long-term investments, and this is a long-term investment for us. Sure,
and you said that after October, when everything's commercial and running, you're still going to be general manager of everything.
Yes.
And you said this is going to be a regional office. How big is the region? Is it statewide, or is it California only, or?
Mainly California right now. That's where our business is. Our business is headquartered in Phoenix.
Yeah.
We do have part ownership of a solar plant in southern Arizona, and then we have the 2 sites here in California.
Sure. Well, I certainly appreciate your time, and if the Roseman News can make life easier for you, we're always there to bridge the community's feeling with what's actually going on. Not everybody can come get a cooked store like I can. And I'll try to pass this on so people have some idea what good things are happening here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good.